Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be with you here in Yokohama for TICAD 9. As our partners and partnership with Japan advances with reinvigorated energy, expanding in scope, deepening in substance, and delivering tangible outcomes for both Africa and Japan. Kenya has a long-standing economic partnership with Japan, anchored by very strong trade, investment, and development cooperation. Japan is today Kenya's third largest source of foreign direct investment, contributing over $205 million in 2024 alone. This investment is feasible in transformative projects such as the Mombasa Port, the Olkaria geothermal plant, and the automotive assembly infrastructure in Kenya. Today, there are 120 Japanese investors operating in Kenya across diverse sectors, from manufacturing and infrastructure to renewable energy and various technologies. They are part of a growing network of businesses that see Kenya as a gateway to African market and a trusted partner in investment and growth. Our trade ties are equally strong. Bilateral trade reached $900 million in 2024, an increase of 33% from the previous year. Japan remains Kenya's leading source of motor vehicles, while our exports ranging from titanium and copper to tea and flowers demonstrate the wide opportunities available in our markets. This morning, I had occasion to exchange notes with my Japanese counterparts on areas of collaboration that require our concerted effort to make it possible for Kenyan exports to find its way into the Japanese market so that we can travel the journey of balancing trade between our two nations. Over the past 50 years, Japan has extended more than $5 billion in development assistance, advancing Kenya's transport, energy, agriculture, and health systems. Recent milestones, such as the $116 million commitment on the Olkaria 7 geothermal project, underscore the continuing strength of our collaboration. Kenya's economic ambitions are anchored in Vision 2030 and our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. We aim to achieve up to 10% annual economic growth by 2030 and increase job creation by 1.2 million jobs every year. Our 5 priority sectors, agriculture, health, digital economy, manufacturing, and climate action, are well aligned with Japan's own development priorities. This alignment opens the door for deepened collaboration in, among others, the following key areas. Digitalization. There is opportunity for us to collaborate in the development of digital skills and training, innovation hubs, and financial technology to unlock over 1 million jobs. Kenya is incubating global software solutions, enabling cross-border e-commerce, and fostering business process outsourcing at scale. Our ambition is to train and export 1 million digital jobs backed by our youthful pool talent and robust connectivity. We are expanding fiber optic infrastructure across Kenya to provide more young people with digital skills and to provide opportunities for them to be able to be connected into the digital job infrastructure that is available not just in Japan, but globally. We also have an opportunity in healthcare. We seek partnership to enhance universal health coverage, strengthen diagnostics and research, and deploy technology to eliminate wastage, improve efficiency in healthcare financing, and expand our access to not just technology, not just health commodities, but also to work with Japanese companies on ensuring that we have the equipment necessary for us to deliver health. Underway between the government of Kenya and our counties is a big program that taps into equipment available for the delivery of our health care. We have, at the moment, a 200 billion equipment facility that we are discussing with our counties, and I will be looking out for Japanese firms to participate in supporting our healthcare program that is currently underway in Kenya by equipping our hospitals at level 2, level 3, level 4, and our referral hospitals as well. In agriculture, we aim to introduce precision farming and smart irrigation to improve food security and raise farmer incomes. We are currently discussing with JICA the expansion of a Ahero rice irrigation scheme in Bunyala, additional rice irrigation scheme in Migori, in Kuja, in Mwea. We are discussing another 40,000 acre facility of rice in Bura, and another 50,000 acre facility in Tana Delta. We will be looking out for Nerika, the Japanese strain of rice. We will be looking out for research. We will be looking out with the Prime Minister of Japan. There was a conversation on how we can tap into African and Kenyan capabilities and potential in food security, not just for our own food security in the continent or in Kenya, but globally as well. And therefore, there will be opportunities for us to work together in that space. In automotive manufacturing, we seek to leverage Japan's very well-known expertise and experience in the automotive space. I remember a few days ago, I had a conversation with the Toyota leadership in Kenya on our intention to transition Kenya's transport sector to e-mobility. And there is an opportunity for Japan to work with Kenya in this space because we are making deliberate, intentional steps to transition to e-mobility. We have already put out our intention to buy 5,000 vehicles for our police and our provincial administration that must be in the space of electric mobility. And I believe that Toyota has an opportunity. I remember discussing this with the leadership there. Also, charging infrastructure and the whole space around green mobility financing. There is opportunity for that kind of conversation, and I hope the teams, both from Kenya and Japan in this meeting, will be discussing that business opportunity that is readily available. On matters to do with climate and sustainability, we want to discuss with Japanese colleagues on joint investment in green opportunities, in ammonia, in green steel, renewable energy, and clean cooking solutions. Again, in my earlier conversation this morning, we were discussing on how we can expand opportunities in our geothermal facilities using Japanese technology and financing. And again, there is opportunity for us to expand that conversation in this forum. Kenya is already a leader in renewable energy, with our electricity coming from clean sources. Up to 90% of our grid is not just renewable, but it's also green. And we are scaling interventions in green hydrogen, e-mobility, and climate-resilient infrastructure. Equally, Kenya's financial markets and capital ecosystem are maturing. The Nairobi Securities Exchange is Africa's second most innovative exchange, offering new instruments including green bonds, diaspora bonds, REITs, and ESG-linked capital to finance sustainable growth and capabilities. Again, in my earlier conversation this morning, we were discussing the $500 million samurai bond that is going to position Kenya as one of the countries that will find its way into the Japanese financial sector. As we do that, I invite Japanese investors to tap into the very lucrative market in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Just so that you know, Nairobi Securities Exchange was the best performing securities exchange in Africa last year. And our currency was among the best performing currency globally. And therefore, there is opportunity for Japanese investing community to find opportunity in investing in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's economy remains resilient. GDP is expected to grow at 5.6% this year, despite global headwinds arising from what we all know, the tariff regimes that are going on and the trade disruptions affecting many economies. Our inflation numbers are single digit, and through the Kenya Development Cooperation, we have established a green investment fund that, again, I want to interest Japanese investors to crowd in partnerships to scale up the fund to the targeted $1 billion. This fund will support small and medium enterprises which contribute up to 80% of Kenya's employment, and to undertake green investments in priority sectors such as electric vehicles, sustainable agriculture, waste management, and green buildings. Again, there is opportunity for colleagues here to discuss opportunities in that space, as I strongly encourage Japanese fund managers present here today to invest in this fund, which is dedicated to addressing climate change challenges while growing the green economy. Kenya is open, ready for business, and that is why we have signed several multilateral, regional, and bilateral agreements, including the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, that brings a 3.7 trillion market with a population of 1.4 billion people in the African continent. The Kenya-European Union Economic Partnership Agreement that was signed and ratified and came into force last year presents a market of 19 trillion with a population of 450 million people. Again, That is an instrument that has already been signed, that is ready, and there is opportunity for Kenyan and Japanese collaboration to tap into this market. The Africa Growth and Opportunities Act, a 27 trillion market with the United States, with a population of close to 300 million. The Minister for Trade and Investment, as I talk to you, is currently winding up conversation and discussion on a bilateral agreement between the US and Kenya, again to present an opportunity to business people to work together and leverage on these opportunities to expand your enterprises, your businesses, generate more profits for yourselves, create opportunities for our young people, and grow our economy as we jointly work together for the benefit of both Japan and Kenya. Also, last month, I was in the UK, where we again underscored the Kenya-UK Economic Partnership Agreement, again, another 3.3 trillion market instrument that brings together a population of close to 120 million. To mention again is the Kenya-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement that we've just concluded, and I signed this last year with the UAE, again providing opportunity for growth in enterprise and business between the business community investing in our region. And not to mention, and not to forget, the East African community with a 336 billion common market and with a population of close to 300 million in 8 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, my message to you all is this. We are inviting investment partnerships that deliver strong returns and shared prosperity for all your enterprises and your businesses, and as we work together to translate our aligned priorities into fruitful ventures and transform our economy in Kenya, create jobs both in Kenya and in Japan, and lead the way in sustainable development. Let me conclude by saying that I am aware that many discussions have been gone into earlier, but I also want to invite you to purpose to attend the 4th International Investment Conference in Nairobi in March next year, where we will, in greater detail, present to you opportunities available for investment, for business, for collaboration, both in the private-public partnership space and in all the other spaces, not just in Kenya, not just in our region, but also in Africa. This will provide a very strong platform to cement our economic relations and to finalize further investment partnerships. Welcome to Kenya. Thank you very much for giving me your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We appreciate you may indulge us, Your Excellency. We have come to the finalization point of this program. We'll just ask Your Excellency to honor us with one photo on stage with just the President of the Yokohama City Council, the representative of JETRO, the IFC Chief Investment Officer for Tokyo, who is here, the representative of CFAO, Toyota, from Kenya, and Bowman. Just one photo on stage here. Please, if I've called, if you may come, we can take one photo and then we can finalize here. Thank you, Your Excellency.